actually being programmed to be dependent on our devices more than ever. So we have to recognize that the past is come and gone, and the future is not here yet. The time that is hardest for us to stay in is the present. And that is why we want to make a concerted effort to be in the moment of now. We become busier human beings, and there are more apps that are created that get our attention. I'm in the moment, I'm out of the moment. I'm in the moment, I'm out of the moment. And we actually need to deprogram ourselves. We need to be aware of what's going on. It's very important. Hi, I'm Ora Nadrich. I am an author, and I'm also a mindfulness practitioner. My journey for writing Mindfulness and Mysticism was actually a mystical one. I had to enter into a new doorway, a new gateway to a deeper understanding of sacred truths. To write about mysticism means that you are free-falling into the unknown, fearlessly. And when I went on that journey, I found out so much more than I could ever have imagined. I go towards the mystery. I go towards the mystical. I go towards the magic. You have to keep in mind that mindfulness is really the informal practice of meditation. That means you're not just sitting in meditation, but you're out in the world. First mindfulness tip is to be present. When we're in the present moment, we're much more aware. We are more dependent today on our gadgets, on our phones, on all of the apps that we are basically not only dependent on, but actually addicted to. How you feel when you're away from your phone, when you're away from being on these apps, and what does that feel like? For a lot of people, it's uncomfortable. They're not checking all their apps. They're not scrolling. They're not swiping. And this is where the brain chemicals really come into play. We get stimulated. It fires up our neurotransmitters. Excitement is good, but you don't want to just feel excited by checking in with your phone every single moment of the day. If we're dependent on all of these things all the time, it doesn't make us very peaceful human beings. Mindfulness and Mysticism is a really important book for the times that we're in right now. The book covers a wide range of things like how do we access the divine and the spiritual without relying on perhaps going to places of worship. We've been in lockdown. We haven't been able to go to places like temples and churches and mosques. So we've had to rely more on the inner temple. We need the knowledge, we need the skill set to know how do we navigate the world as it is changing and advancing so quickly. If we trust ourselves and we let that be our beacon, we let that guide us on the life journey, we don't need anyone to tell us what our destiny is about. Everyone can access the divine. And many people feel that they do by going to a place of worship. And what I'm really proposing is to access the divine in all the experiences and all the moments of your life. It's like saying, I'm going to this new door, I'm opening it up, and I want to walk through it, and say to yourself, I'm ready to go there fearlessly. The reason why I felt called to combine mindfulness, which is present moment awareness, and couple it with mysticism is because mysticism is being in union with God, the divine presence. We have aspects of ourselves that are more of dark aspects, which Jung called the shadow. There are different manifestations of evil, and there are different times in history where evil has been more in control because it was working through another person, like someone like Hitler or dictators like Mussolini and Stalin. And when you allow another human being to control your mind, to control how you think, then they are in charge of your mind and they can tell you what and how to think, which is extremely dangerous. There is a lot going on right now. We are in a time of a tremendous spiritual awakening. Does evil exist now? Yes, I believe it does. And I think that what we are witnessing is a real struggle between the light and the dark, good and evil. We must come to know evil better so that we do not become hosts for evil and allow it to work through us and wreak havoc on the planet and be destructive. In Mindfulness and Mysticism, I wanted to really dispel the mysterious aspect of what does mysticism really mean. There are people that have had mystical experiences that they might not even know that they've had them. They didn't have words for it because the mystical experience can be ineffable, meaning it can be beyond words. We don't want to feel the suffering that we may be feeling, and we might reach out for substances like drugs and alcohol. Why are we reaching for that substance? We want to feel something. We want to feel high. We really want to be taken into a higher state of experience. Mindfulness and mysticism will take you on a journey to face your own lightness and darkness. Let me take the mystery out of mysticism for you, because it is not necessarily what you think. A light worker is somebody who transmutes the darkness with their light. Each and every one of us can be a beacon of light, and that we can direct the destiny moving forward of our lives, that we are in the light, of the light, and that we continue to manifest the light as our reality.